Welcome to our combinations and tables flipped video. Please watch this video as many times as possible because we will have a test on Friday. And remember, if you have any questions, please contact myself or Mrs. Drake. Let's get started. Combination. A combination is a collection of things in which the order does not matter. Let's look at our first table. The table below shows how much three sisters earned babysitting. Jody earned twice as much as both Trisha and Chandler. How much money did the three girls earn? Well, if I look at my table, I can see what Chandler has and I can see what Trisha has. So I'm going to combine Chandler and Trisha together. I know it's a very easy problem, but always be in the habit of writing down and showing your work. Now, I know that Jody earned twice as much as both Trisha and Chandler. So I did the and part by combining it. And now I know that I need to double, because twice as much means double, what the two girls earned to find out how much Jody earned. So 35 times 2, 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1, 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 is 70. Now, the question is, how much did the three girls earn? So now I have to take how much Jody earned plus Trisha plus Chandler. So I have to do 70 plus 35 to get my final answer, which is 105. So this problem involved 1, 2, 3 steps in order to get the answer. So I know that all three girls earned 105 and that Jody earned 70. Let's look at our next problem. Amy works at the bounce house and keeps record of the total number of children that bounce on the trampoline at different intervals. How can Amy find the number of children that attended the bounce house after it was open for 8 hours? When I look at this table, I see a pattern going here. Can anybody figure out what this pattern is at home? Okay, if I take the number of hours and multiply it by 8, that's how I get the number of children. So I do this times 8 times 8. So in order to find the missing number, I have to multiply 8 times 8, which is 64. And that's how I find the missing number. I had to find the relationship between these numbers. If I went across, there was no relationship or pattern between these numbers because 3 to 5 is 2, but 7 to 8 is 1. There was a pattern here, and it skipped counting by 8, but you couldn't figure that out because it went 24 to 40 to 56 to 64. So there was a jump here, so you had to find the relationship between these two numbers. Excuse me. Let's look at this table. Look at the numbers in set, that's supposed to be set C, and look at the numbers in set D in the table below. Based on the information in the table, how would you find the missing number in set D? And here's the question mark. So I've got to see what the relationship is. Is there any relationship between these numbers? 33, 23, 13. Okay, I kind of see that maybe these are adding 10. 39, 29, 19, 9. Okay, so there's a pattern of 10 right here. So I'm going to look at my choices. Add 10 to the number in set C. So if I take set C and I add 10, does that give me 33? No, so that's not a choice. Subtract 6 from the number in set D. So if I do this, 33 minus 6, what does that equal? I'm going to give you some time to figure that out. That's 27. So that does not work. Add 6 to the number in set C. So I'm going to take set C and I'm going to add 6. 39 plus 6, that does not equal 33. Subtract 6 from the number in set C. Let me see, 39 minus 6, that does equal 33. 29 minus 6, that does equal 23. 19 minus 6, yes, so 9 minus 6, that would make this 3. So D is my answer. So you see how I had to mark on the chart and figure out the pattern between these numbers, and find the correct answer. Okay. Let's talk about combinations. What are combinations? Well, I went over the definition of combinations, and combinations are basically making combinations of different things. Let's read this question. Miss Hearn is making combinations of Halloween snacks for her students. She has 2 types of candy. I have candy apples and skeleton bones. I also have 2 types of cookies, pumpkin cookies and scarecrow cookies. If I choose one item from each category, how many combinations can I make? So, I'm going to make a skeleton and a scarecrow, a skeleton and a pumpkin cookie, a candy apple and a pumpkin cookie, a skeleton and another pumpkin cookie. Now I could go and count all my combinations. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a candy apple and a skeleton, or a scarecrow, sorry. Candy apple, scarecrow, candy apple, pumpkin. I'm going to show you a much faster way to do this than doing all of those steps. Okay? I'm going to delete all of that. Now, if I look at this problem, I have 2 types of candy. So I'm going to write down 2 for the 2 types of candy. I also have 2 types of cookies. I'm going to write down a 2. So there's 2 here and there's 2 here. If I multiply those 2 together, guess what I get? The same answer of 4. That's how you work combinations. Let's try that again. Mrs. Farrell is making Halloween goodie bags for her class. She has 3 types of candy: tombstone, candy apples, and skeleton bones. She also has 2 types of cookies: pumpkin and scarecrow. If she chooses one item from each category, how many combinations can she make? So I can make skeleton, pumpkin cookie, tombstone, pumpkin cookie, candy apple, pumpkin cookie, skeleton, scarecrow, skeleton, tombstone, scarecrow, tombstone, scarecrow. Then I could also do, I'm sorry, let me start that one over again. I can do skeleton, pumpkin cookie, skeleton, scarecrow. Then I could do tombstone, pumpkin cookie, tombstone, scarecrow, candy apple, pumpkin, candy apple, scarecrow. And I could go and I can count all those combinations: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I could do it the way that I taught you how to do it, which is so much faster. I can do the 3 items right here and the 2 items right here. Multiply them, and that gives me 6. That's the faster way to count the combinations. How many do you have in category 1? How many do you have in category 2? And multiply them. Now, let's go over here to the last combination problem. Miss Trotter is making Halloween costumes for all the teachers at Walker. She has 3 types of hat: a pumpkin hat, silly ears, and 1 special crazy hat. She has 2 colors for the body, black or gray. And the teachers can also pick 4 types of shoes: princess, slippers, boots, or feet. How many different combinations can she make? or costumes can she make? So, I know that there are 3 types of hats: pumpkin, silly ears, and a special hat. 2 colors for the body, black or gray, and 4 types of shoes: princess, slipper boots, and feet. And all I have to do is take these and multiply them. So I'm going to do 3 times 2, which is 6. And take that and multiply that by 4, and that is 24. That's the fast way to do the combinations. Instead of writing it out and making all those different choices and getting confused like I did in the other problem, you can write down the numbers of the categories and you can multiply it, and that's the easy way to find combinations. So I hope you enjoyed this flip video. Please practice at home and work on your practice sheet, and we will have our quiz on Friday. Happy flipping.